Howdy y'all, welcome to another edition of Getting Outdoors, and it is April the 15th, April the 14th, and it is expected to have a little frost tonight. It's been kind of chilly the last couple of nights, but tonight they're actually saying that we have a frost coming in. I think that the forecast is mid 30s, but out here it gets a couple degrees cooler. So instead of throwing out a bunch of blankets and stuff on top of the plants, what we're going to do is we're going to use our pile of hay and leaves that we already have over there. My son's already getting some stuff together, bringing a few wheelbarrows there, and we're going to bring it in and toss them right over the plants here. So some of these that are a little bit bigger here, I've got some buckets, and this is exactly why I didn't put up the big tomato cages, because what we're going to be able to do now is with these is put them right up. Don't want to hurt any of the tomato plant here. I'll put that there just like that, and that'll cover the tomato plant. We'll do the same with this one here real quick, and I'll put some kind of weight on top of it. I got all kinds of rocks and stuff around, so this will fit right up under this, and again, try not to hurt any of the leaves, just like that. So that covers those, and then everything else we're just going to cover up with our mulch. So we'll see how that turns out. I'll be back in a few. All right, so that took probably maybe I don't know, 15 maybe 20 minutes to get done, and I'm thinking that this is probably going to work out pretty well, since, like I said, I think it's only supposed to be in the low 30s a couple hours tonight. Again, just a little bit of frost, but I'm not going to take any chances. And to cover this entire garden with cloth would have been a task in itself, since we've expanded this out. So but again, let me kind of show you what we did. All these piles of leaves, and I've got more hay, but I was afraid that if I put hay on top of some of these plants, it would blend in, because in some places, like kind of like over here, there's mounds of hay, but it's not covering anything except for dirt. And I was thinking if I put more hay down, I could actually just kind of lose a plant amongst not getting it out tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, what we'll do is after the sun comes up and gets all the frost off, is I'll come out and we'll take off all of the leaves from here. So I think everything got covered pretty well. Again, here's our cucumber trellis. The only thing I did not cover up was the beans, and I think they're pretty frost tolerant in the range that we're going to be getting. If it was really cold, I would do something different. Again, the only thing different other than the leaves was the 2 buckets, just because those tomato plants are already a little high, and it would take in a good amount of leaves, and that pile may not have been sturdy enough. There's one here, you can see how big that pile is. That actually was another one, and I was looking for another bucket. I know they have like 2 or 3, but just like everything else around the house, you sometimes just kind of lose track of it. So we'll be back out tomorrow morning and check on this and see if it worked. Well, here we are the next morning, and as you can see by the sparkles on the grass, definitely had some frost last night. I'm not sure exactly what the temperature got down to, but like I said, you can see, I'll show you some of the grass here. I don't know if you can really see it or not, but it is already a little mid-morning, so some of that frost is burned off. So let's go in here and see if we can find out if our plants were totally protected. So we'll start with our buckets, which I'm pretty confident that the buckets worked exactly as they should have. I'll get caught up here. So plants doing okay there. And then this one right in there, look at that, sprung right back up to life. So let's see, let's get the shovels here, sorry, a shovel, a rake, and unpile some of these piles. Now this one was one of the other bigger tomato plants, and the other piles I'm going to do by hand, but I just want to kind of show you real quick. Now look at that. That's perfect. Nothing wrong with that. So let's see, how about, let's look at anything here for our zucchini. And again, that is perfect. Not a hint of frost on it. I can feel down in here, it's a little chilly. So this definitely could have wrecked the entire garden in here. Let's check out all, we're gonna have a little cucumber unveiling, and look at the leaves come right out from there without a scratch on them. So it definitely worked. I'm going to just put these piles to the side just in case there's another freeze coming in tonight, but I don't want to leave the leaves on top of all these plants for now. So this has definitely worked out a better way. So let me go ahead and get everything kind of unpiled and show you the results if I come across anything that happened to them underneath it. All right, so now we've got all the leaves taken out. Looks at this as one of our yellow squash zucchinis here, and this is going to be just fine. Like I said, we'll come back in and get a lot of this out with our hands. That rake, now what I did is, as you can see here, the rake did pull off a leaf. That's not going to be any big deal, but what I did is I ended up turning the leaf over, the rake over, so it didn't catch. So essentially kind of let me show you here real quick. So instead of, get my shadow out of the way, instead of having the teeth down like this, raking across, I just ended up doing this right here. So it went straight across the leaves and didn't have any kind of problem there. But again, some of these other leaves, I'll get, maybe I can talk to kids into coming out and doing their thing and getting the leaves out from underneath. But let's check out on these Kentucky pole beans. And I told you I did not cover those up, so let me show you the one I did actually cover up. So I covered this little guy up last night, and he's doing fine. But we go in and check on his neighbors in here, they're doing just fine. So that little bit of frost, these Kentucky pole beans, they said they're cold resistant, and apparently they are. So the cucumbers, those are a little bit harder to get all the leaves out. They just have a lot more area, and with the way that they grow up, I didn't want to harm them. So I'm gonna go ahead and again come out, take care of them by hand. But as you can see, all the leaf piles are off, and looks like that little experiment did very well. So no more drop cloth and having to get a bunch of buckets and trying to cover this stuff up. So you have a blessed day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified on the next time another video comes up.